Go a little bit more.
What do you want?
417 grams. Mother Red Mill 00. Salt. 16 grams. Butter comes later. And a little bit of EVO.
You know what you're doing?
No, and you know what? I was being quiet because I figured you were going to say something and make fun of me. This might not even mix here. It's only like 56% hydration, so it's going to be real stiff. Look. And let that sit for 20 minutes and hydrate. And come back, mix it again. Couple bowl folds. And then we're going to laminate it. I'm making a recipe I saw on King Arthur, one of the YouTube things. It's a pizza with a butter in the crust, so it's a flaky crust. Martin's thing. Anyway, look good. I'm trying it. Except that I'm using sourdough, and I'm not using the King Arthur 00 because I don't like it. Alright, so I let that sit for 20 minutes. And then I mix it again in the stand mixer. I'm going to do a bowl fold. See if I can do this all by... This is pretty stiff stuff. Alright, so I'm going to do a couple of those, which I'm not going to film. And then at some point I'm going to split in half because there's 2 dough balls in there for 2 pizzas. And I'll roll that out into a rectangle and put the butter on, let her fold it, and then more butter, fold it again, roll it out, let it proof, and it's pizza time. Okay, it's time for the pizza sauce. Got some San Marzano tomatoes, onion. I'm going to dice up some garlic here. I think that kind of works all right. See if I can get this little shoot out of the center. I think it's supposed to be a little bit more bitter. So we'll just eliminate it. And then dice it up. There we go. And then in the pan, then we need a little bit of olive oil in there. I'll turn the heat on. Medium. There we go. And then we need some pepper flakes. Not that much. A little bit of basil, dried basil. It's about a half a teaspoon or so. And then some oregano, about a tablespoon. Okay. Now, we're gonna let that garlic start to heat up to a point where we can start to smell it. Then I'm gonna add the tomatoes. In the meantime, I'm gonna get the onion ready. So I'm gonna do kind of a, Marcella Hassan kind of tomato sauce number 3, where she adds an onion in there and then pulls it out at the end. And it gives it kind of a sweetness and a flavor that is, it's not really, it's tasted. You notice it, but it doesn't make you think onion. And I'm going to leave the root on there just so that this just holds together. And I think we're there. Yeah, so I'm going to add the tomatoes. And then de-stem them. Turn the heat off for a second. So I just swirl that around. It takes that hot olive oil, cools it down. So I can get my hand in there and crush some tomatoes. Ugh, and I missed. You can kind of do them all at once. You got to be careful because it likes to squirt at you. But you know, as soon as if you ever start doing this, the best thing is to use whole tomatoes, because the people that can tomatoes, the best tomatoes go into the whole tomatoes because you can see all of them, and you know you can inspect them. But and you pull out all the stems, all the stuff that doesn't really look all that tasty. They're nice hand crushed. No stems, just tomatoes. I'll pull out the old basil. This Cento packs the tomatoes with some basil, which is when I can my own. That's what I do too. There we go. Now we go back on heat. I did wash my hands before that, by the way. Now I'm going to put that on low heat. About there. And I'm going to drop the onion in. I'm going to put a little bit of salt. A half teaspoon. There we go. I'm going to let that cook down a little bit over real low heat. I'll come back, mix it, you know, every once in a while, 45 minutes or so. It's gentle. I've still got some time. I got to figure out, so it's almost 4 o'clock. I've got to get the pizza dough started. You know, put the butter in it, laminate it, and get all that ready to go. But I got to make sure that somebody's actually going to be here when it's time for the pizza to be done. All right, I'm back. Let's check on the sauce. Yeah, it was bubbling away, and I turned it down a little bit. I'm going to turn it back up. There we go. I just want it to kind of stew, not dry out or burn. All right, here's the moment. I'm gonna see if I can't laminate this dough. Put a little flour. So I've got enough for 2 of these pan pizzas. So it's basically gonna be a grandma sheet pan kind of style. After watching Martin do this pizza, I bought this Lloyd's pan. I only got 1 of them. I should have got 2 of them. So I have another one coming tomorrow. I couldn't get them locally, so I had to give my money to Jeff Bezos. They ate that. Anyway, let's cut this in half. And then we got to get the butter in there. So this is sourdough. Probably gonna save 1 of these maybe for tomorrow. Now, here's where it's to the point where I've never done this before, so I'm not sure what to do. But I think we need to put this into somewhat of a rectangle. So put a little flour on top of it, bottom. maybe kind of reshape a little bit with our hands. Need to get one of the French style rolling pins that are curved, you know, so you kind of have a little bit more directional control. And I probably should have put a little bit of flour on that. All right. So what we're doing here, trying to achieve, is to get this to a shape where we can add in the butter laminations. And I'm just making this up. I'm going to put a link into for the YouTube video that I got this idea from. This is not original. It's not my idea. It's a test kitchen at King Arthur. See, that shrinks down a little bit every time. I'm kind of just trying to square it up a little bit. This is actually kind of fun. I mean, when you're doing something you don't know what you're doing. Okay. I think we're getting closer to, I think we want it kind of close to the size of the pan we want. But we're going a little bit more. And then we're going to add the butter. So this is kind of like, I don't know if anybody's had mechanics of materials, but we're basically doing some work hardening here. So kind of like when you take a piece of metal, you bend it around. Let's put a little bit of flour on that. I'd take and go like that, and it evenly kind of distributes it. So we got flour on the top. We're still not sticking. And it's pretty low hydration dough, so I mean it's not very sticky. Doesn't mean you can't screw it up, because I haven't found any recipe I couldn't screw up. I think we're getting there. Laminate it to a certain point and try to turn that back into a square a little bit. Flip it over. Yeah, I mean it's going to get rolled out a couple times. So let's get the butter out. I think you have to say butter. So I shave this in a cheese grater. Now, it's for both of these, so I've got twice as much as I need. So I'm going to use 75% of this. Just put it on here. I'm going to leave it kind of a little bit away from the edges so it seals that butter in. There are some bigger pieces. I'm going to kind of chop that down. Press that. Just to hold it in place. Now, do a letter fold. 2/3 of the way there. Bam. Go this way. Get that butter out of the way. This. Widen that a little bit. That butter is still cold. Okay. Now, take the rest of this. Half. Spread it over here. Do another letter fold. So, the idea here is to build some laminations. Ooh, and then press it in enough. There we go. I have a tendency to want to stretch. So I'm so used to that. Okay, there we go. There's a little butter sticking out. I think we want to get rid of that. Maybe I want to seal it a little bit. Okay. Now, this dough is going to be pretty work hardened, so it's not gonna wanna elongate because we've kind of cross-linked all the gluten now. We're building gluten, so it's going to tell us when it doesn't want to go anymore, and it's basically about there. So we're going to listen to it and let that sit for about 20 minutes. No, it's not a hair, it's a scratch. Use the new pan. Put it over top to keep the hydration in. This is going back in the freezer.
You can do it in your room.
I'm back. So now it's time to stretch this guy out to fit in that pan. So that's that new Lloyd pan. I must have put the flour away. I'm going to coat a little bit on top and bottom here. Yeah. Somehow that makes me feel better to slap it around a little bit. Right, Lulu? Kind of pull this into a triangle. We can see if we can do. I forgot his name already. So this should be a little bit less work hardened, so we can move it around. I've got a new rolling pin on order. It's the French style that's curved, so you can kind of like steer the dough, you know? You can kind of see the butter in the dough a little bit. Still, I think we can probably still let it rest a little bit, and it's actually still pretty cold. I think, you know, probably from the butter. So I'm going to let this sit for a few more minutes. I see a tiny little eyelash there or something. I want to get rid of. Okay, I'm going to give it another try. I think I used Bob's Red Mill. I think it's got a little bit more protein than the King Arthur 00. I didn't like that flower because it doesn't have a lot of flavor to it. I wasn't particularly impressed with it. Oops. 10 minutes. I'll be back. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes. I'm gonna finish putting like a little butter there. Spread it in the middle. I think I'm gonna put a little flour on this and flip it again. If you practice that flipping, you can. I see a tiny hole right there. I'm gonna fix that. I think I got that in there. I need to pull this out to fit in the pan. I think we're in there. We need to be wider, plenty long. Yeah. So we can go wider both ways. Alright. We're close. Now, it probably needs to be a little bit wider, just eyeballing it. Yeah. Getting a little dangerous. Gonna flip it one last time. You can see some of the butter here. I'm just gonna, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Make it just a little bit wider. I only want to be a little bit bigger than the pan because I want it to come up the sides just a little bit. Yeah, I think we're there. I'm going to call that good. I kind of, oh, about, I don't know, 45 minutes. Did that just show up today?
No.
Oh, you got a book that's supposed to be coming. I didn't put any, it's a brand new pan to wash it. I got it. I didn't put any olive oil, anything in there. And the reason is because I wanted this to stick to this outside edge, and I was afraid if I added, this is supposed to be non-stick. So I thought was maybe I can adjust this. I'm not going to do some kind of Martin, you know, ability thing. I sent my brother the video and I said, here, this is what I'm going to try to make. And he's like, that's above my skills. But I don't know. I think it's mostly achievable. Just gotta believe. Go halfway up here. I do like these Lloyd pans though, because with the dark color on them, you get the radiant heat. All right, Ellie, do you want to come look at my? Well, get up, for the love of God. You need to come inspect. You just came and asked me when dinner was.
Yeah, I just came down like after.
But so you're too tired to even get up? But yet I have to feed this a little thin there, but I think you can forgive me. First pizza is a little butter here. It's going to be interesting to see how this works. So we need to cover this and let this kind of sit for a little bit to proof, because it's going to kind of expand a little bit. I'm a little worried about this spot right here. It's awful thin. I don't know that I can do anything about it. I think it's a little late for that. Martin says these edges are the best. Okay. Now I'm going to cover that another sheet pan, I suppose. Yes, I'm filming.
Oh no, you can see me.
Oh, well, you can see yourself.
Yeah.
No, I just figured I'd get your reaction to the sauce, see what you thought of it.
Are they both taste different?
What?
Wait, did you do something different?
Not really. I mean, sometimes I add the onion and sometimes I don't, and this time I added the onion. So it gives it a little bit of kind of a sweetness to it.
Onion?
Yeah, and a bit of depth. Yeah. I put an onion, a half onion in it, so it's right here from Marcella Hazan. You know, that's where I got it. Lulu's had a bath today.
Yeah. Then she got a little bit of brushing done. Then she got her little wash.
She looks beautiful, just like me.
Mm.
Well, maybe
I
not.
think I prefer my baby.
She is.
She's so pretty.
She is pretty.
Yes.
Yes, you take after me. Yes, you do. Who's a good girl? Nobody likes you. Nobody. She likes the butt scratches. Yes, you do. I think it's a lab thing. The tail is going crazy. She's like, give me the attention. Okay, scratch my butt.
She stands there for so long.
Yeah, she's like, okay, you can pet me, but I just really want the butt scratches. I'm gonna wash my hands. I think if you say butt scratches, you probably should wash your hand. Huh? Well, not her butt. Butt. Just her hind end. All the same. It's a proximity thing. All right. I think it's time to assemble a pizza. So I've got some Trader Joe's whole milk mozz. Get some real Parmesan. I've got some Scarmoza. Scarmarza, I suppose. I imported this. It's kind of a mozzarella-ish. Let's see what that does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Martin kind of style pizza, but instead of putting fresh mozz on it, I'm going to do the Scaramouza. That's what I'm doing. Let's get to it. Here's where we left it. I'm gonna get a little sauce first. That's off. So this is a little bit cooked down. It's got the onion in there. I wanted to pull some kind of the moisture out of it, but keep the sweetness, and the onion adds it adds just a depth that I think it's worthwhile. And you know, we don't want to have too much of this. Just want to coat the bottom. And leave enough to do 2 pizzas. I don't want to get it up on the edges. Yeah. There you go. Now we want some parm. I need a grater. There's nothing that beats the real thing of parm. I mean, parm is the king of cheese. I spent a few years making cheese, and I tried my hand at Parmesan, and the thing is that it takes like a couple years, you know. So let's say that you do your first round of Parmesan and it's not so good, or you don't like it. You got to wait another couple of years before you even improve on it. So it's a slow process. Okay. Now, some more moisture or whole milk. I don't know. This is probably about maybe a third of a pound or something. I don't think it's quite a half a pound. I'm not going to go overly crazy with this. I'm kind of trying to keep with the recipe. I'm assuming that, you know, that I paid people at King Arthur Test Kitchen is earning their money. I can tell you this, that the recipe sounded good, so I had to make it, which is what I'm doing. Here's the biggest thing with pizza that usually happens, is where you can go wrong, is to put too much cheese on. Right, Lulu? Oh, so boring. Just terrible video. Alright, so now I'm going to get to the exciting thing, which is the Scaramouza. And put that there. And redistribute this just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So I haven't opened this yet. There we go. Scarmoza. I see this in recipes, but oh, don't go down there. It sounds like you can buy this stuff, you know, locally. I don't really get any smell out of it. Okay, we're going to cube this up. I'm going to add it on top of there. Oh, you know, 1/4 inch cubes or so. 1/4 inch to 3/8. It is beautiful, homogeneous stuff though. It doesn't have any holes in it. So I don't know, we'll just go the long way maybe earlier. And then go widthwise. Trying to think how to do this in a orderly way. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. I think I said before it's okay to make sound effects if it helps you. It's like, oh, what's his name? Lugosi. Emerald Lugosi? I can't think of his name. I like to say bam, 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 bam or something. When he added garlic. You know, I like garlic, but I don't know that I really need to say bam, bam when I add it. Anyway, we're going for the cubes. And I'm going to add all of this because, well, I have it. I bought it. And I can't really keep it and for another time, so we're going straight for cheesy. And that's a bit thin there. Scarmoza. There's one for you, Lulu. Alright, I think that's beautiful. Oops. What do you think, Lulu? You want this one? Yes, you do. Use my other hand here. I'm going to put this in the oven. I got it 475. Is that butter? Cheese, I'm not sure. Try out the new Lloyd pan. I'm not sure about the time. Never looked at the recipe. Ooh, can't wait to try the Scarmoza. I think it's gonna be about 15 minutes, to be honest with you. I'm gonna check it at 9. And I'll probably just come back when I pull it out of the oven, and I'll let you know how long it took. But I'm going to check it at 9. Be back. Alright, the pizza's cooking. I'm gonna do the garlic, basil, drizzle. So I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in there. And put a little bit of this garlic in. It's kind of a flat one. I'm gonna do it like this. Just mince this up. All right, there we go. I like this new knife. It's a beautiful thing. All right. And pull off the stems here. Oops, gotta remember to throw out the right stuff. But I don't know how many grams this is. I'm just guessing. I think I've got probably about plenty there. Some pretty big leaves. I think it's fine. I'm gonna dice that up. Mince this. Should probably hold that down a little better. Try to keep my fingers out of it. I'll go one way then the other. There we go. This knife, by the way, is brand new, and it's sharp as hell. I like it because the blade is somewhat flat, so when you're doing this, it's got a fast action. It's made for vegetables. Where you got a chef's knife, so it's got a curved blade. It's more like for slicing. Anyway, we're gonna call that good. It goes in. All right, just a little bit of pepper flakes, and we're gonna do a little bit of lemon, organic lemon. Here we go. Mix that together. Do I want a pinch of salt in there? I almost want to put Parmesan in there, but I think we got that overdone. Should we check the pizza? I didn't set a timer for this. Let's turn the oven light on and take a look at it. Ooh, it's blowing up. We're getting there. I like it. We got a little bit more time. I think we could be just like Martin. Yeah. I just need to get a tattoo of like a pine tree on my neck or something. Huh? You said your what hurts? Huh? Huh? I was talking about the guy that I got this recipe idea from. He's a King Arthur vlogger. I don't, is that what you call it? Yeah. Anyway, he's the guy that comes out and does the video. I don't think he came up with the recipe because he said he didn't, which, you know, I like. Gives him a little bit of credibility. But he can bake. All right. I think I could probably mince that up a little bit more. But, yeah, we're going to let that bloom on the pizza. See what everybody thinks. See if Martin's got anything going on. Or King Arthur's test kitchen is up to snuff. This can't be too much longer. So I gotta get out the cooling rack, because as soon as that comes out, that needs to go in there. That keeps the crust from getting soggy, because when it's hot like that, the moisture is like, there's not a lot of moisture in it, but whatever's in there is shooting out, especially when it's hot. So yeah, it's going to go on there, minus the pan. The pan holds it in. I think patience is probably one of the hardest things to learn about baking, cooking. We've got to be pretty close. I think maybe we'll call it. I don't think we look burnt. Yeah, we're just going to call it. I think it could probably cook a little longer, but that's okay. All right. Let's see, how do I do this? Yeah. Ooh. That's exciting. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Let's turn the oven off for now. Now, we can dress this pizza. If I can get it locked in. What is it? Seriously. Oh, we gotta go this way. There we go. And then we can go this way. Okay, where's the Parmesan? I lost the Parmesan. Did I put it back?